After fishing pressured public ponds for over 35 years, I'm going to tell you the brutal truth, absolutely the brutal truth. It's as honest as I can get about why most anglers are struggling to catch bass. And honestly, it's not about your rod, it's not about your reel, and most of it is not even about the lures that you use. It's how you're fishing the pond. And we're going to break it down, and I'm going to be honest as possible. These are going to help you become a better bank fisherman, fishing these high-pressured public ponds. And let's just break it down. The first one, most anglers fish too shallow. I talk about this all the time. When I go out to these public ponds, everybody's going down the bank. They're fishing down the bank. Bass are deep. The big females are deep. They stage before the spawn, and they're still out deep. They move in, they spawn, and they move back out. Very little time of the year that those big bass females are up on the shore. You have to start to fish deep. I make all these mistakes that I've gone through. I've been doing this for years, like I said, 35 years. I am in the same boat. I've been in the same boat. I have walked away from these ponds frustrated. I have been scratching my head. I've wanted to quit many, many times. But I've learned through the years that changing these things will have a huge impact on your success on these high-pressure public ponds. Again, we're fishing deep, deep, and more deep. That's what we're focused on. They move deep because there's less disturbance and less pressure. Again, everything is down the bank. I see it all the time. People are just casting down the bank. Nobody's fishing deep. That's where they're going to go. Bass are going to go in a pond where there's a less amount of pressure. And that's what you need to key in on. Most anglers fish too fast. I talk about it all the time. When you think you're going slow enough, you are not going slow. You need to slow it down to a crawl. I go back about that weightless. It's really finesse in general. Robert Bros 777 uses a Ned rig. That's what works for him. It's a finesse. The dude's a master at it. I would never tell him to go weightless. He's using a Ned rig. He's working it slow. He's working it deep. And he has a huge amount of success fishing these types of ponds. Captain Caveman, my man, gets it done all day long, son. Goes a shaky head in the wacky worm. Again, we're going slow. It's all about that finesse. You don't want to have, or we don't want to fish 20 different finesse. I go weightless. If I need to go out a little bit deeper, I use a free rig. Go check out the video. Or I'll go split shot on there and I'll throw a couple split shots so I can go out deeper. It's all about that natural fall. Finesse is all about making it as natural as possible. You don't need to fish fast lures. Please don't fish top water. You shouldn't even have a top water in your bag when you go out fishing these types of ponds. These high pressure public ponds, you should never, never, never have a top water. You're wasting your time. Finesse, 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 slow, slow, slow. Work areas of the pond. When we work too fast, it's cast and retrieve, cast and retrieve. Even a bladed swim jig. You can be successful in these ponds fishing a bladed swim jig. You slow it down. You slow roll it at the bottom. You yo-yo it at the bottom. You're fishing deep. I'm going to tell you, this is the brutal truth. I'm going to tell you, and I've never said this on this channel before. I cannot stand fishing finesse. I do not like to fish finesse. But I learned when I was about 13 or 14, and I really started getting into bass fishing. I've been fishing ever since I could walk. My dad used to take me out trout fishing. Me and my two brothers trout fishing all the time when we were growing up. Then I got into bass fishing. Then I got really, really, really into bass fishing. And I learned early on, if I want the most success in fishing these types of public ponds, I have to fish finesse. I've been doing it for over 35 years. I still don't like to fish finesse, but I do it 80% of the times I go and fish high-pressured public ponds. It is your best opportunity, your most successful opportunity to catch bass. I tell my son all the time. He's like, I hate it. I was like, I don't like it either. But I do it. And I do it 70% of the time, 80% of the time. I learned that if I want to become successful, I have to slow it down, I have to use finesse, and I have to make it as natural as possible. That is the key to fishing. That's the brutal truth. If you want to go fish these ponds, and you want to go use top water, or you just want to cast as soon as it hits that water and you start wanting to retrieve it, I'm sorry. I'm being honest with you. Your success is so small, you're going to get frustrated and you're not going to want to fish. That's the truth of it. I don't like finesse fishing, but I do it. And I do it 70 to 80% of the time. I want to catch bass. I became really good at fishing weightless. I mean, I'm really good at fishing weightless. I know that gives me the best opportunity. Most anglers overcomplicate fishing. I've been there. I've gone through periods where I'll buy all the new lures, all the new trends. I spend all this money. I overcomplicate my tackle boxes. I have 20 different lures in there. I've learned through the years that does not work. Keep it simple, simple, and simple. I just went through a whole series of why you only need 4 lures. Because it's simple. Become a master of a few. One of that few has to be a finesse. For me, it's weightless. It's a bladed swim jig. Again, top water depends on certain situations. There's a pond I fish that has heavy mats. I fish top water, and a jig. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Keeping it simple. Master a few. When I go into my tackle box, I know I only have a few options, but I'm a master of those few options, and I learn how to fish those 3, 4, even 5 in any situation. Again, I go back to Robert Bro 777. That dude's a master. He's a Ned rig. He knows everything about a Ned rig. Everything you want to know about a Ned rig, that dude just knows it. He's a master of a Ned rig. And his success is a lot higher than 90% of the people because it's finesse, it's slow, you're giving those bass to react to it, and it just gets it done. Another brutal truth. Bass still have to eat. People say, hey, the pond and bass aren't biting. Bass still have to eat no matter what time of the year it is. The water can be 40 degrees, it can be 90 degrees. Bass still have to eat. Now again, when it's 40 degrees, their metabolism slows down. They don't eat as much, but they still need to eat and they still feed. When you slow it down, you make it natural. You're giving yourself the best opportunity. Don't fish banks, fish deep. Natural presentation will catch more bass in high-pressured public ponds than any other lure. I just said it. I don't like to fish finesse, but I fish it 70-80% of the time. I'd rather fish a bladed swim jig all day long, but I'm not going to catch as many bass as that natural presentation, that natural fall. They are finicky. They are tough to catch if you're using crankbaits and lipless crankbaits and when it's high pressure. Now you could use those in certain parts of the year, especially early spring. Not everybody's out there fishing. It gets into summertime, it's all finesse. It's all that natural presentation. While everybody else is casting those top waters and those loud lures, bass are not going to hit them. I'm telling you, bass will not hit them. I tell my son all the time, I'm like, Gregory, you're killing me. You're literally killing me. You want to fish those types of lures and you're not catching anything. And then he'll switch to like a wacky rig. A wacky rig. He loves a wacky rig. He starts catching bass. I'm like, okay. Like, I was like, next time we go out, what are you going to use? I think I'm going to use this swim bait, or I'm going to use this crankbait. I'm like, all right. Same thing happens over and over and over. Eventually he'll learn. Learn to fish finesse. That natural presentation is what they eat. I keep on talking about it. That is what they eat. That is what they're accustomed to eating. You are giving them, you are presenting that lure as natural as it can be. There is no second guessing in their mind about what that is. It's natural. That's what they eat. Talk about a Berkeley power worm, tequila sunrise, a pit boss, a creature bait. Or it's all natural, a Ned rig, shaky head. There's a ton of different finesse techniques and lures. Pick one or two. I'm telling you, your success will be greater. Bank anglers don't think strategically. They just like to go out there and they start to cast. I see this all the time. They'll just cast in the same spot. Let's say they're like a half an hour. They're just casting in the same spot. I mean, I'm moving, and I look back and they're still casting. Cut and tie, cast, cut and tie, cast, cut and tie, and cast. Listen, a brutal truth. I'm telling you, this is the truth. You're not going to be successful staying in one spot. You are not going to be successful staying in one spot. Bass are going to hit your lure on the first or second pass through that area. Most likely, it's your first pass. I'm fishing deep and I'm fishing in a pattern. I go left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I pick up my bag and now I'm going to my right and I'm going to go to my farthest spot. I cast it to my right. So now I'm not overlapping. Then I'm going to start my progression again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I pick up my bag and I go again. I'm fishing deep. I'm fishing structure. I'm not staying in one spot. I'm fishing the pond. I'm going into back coves. I'm finding laydowns. I'm not staying in one spot. I plan my spots. I know when I go to the pond where I'm going to start and where I'm going to finish. And I know that. I'm going to start here. I'm going to work this area. And I'm going to go through my progressions. Might be 4 spots, might be 5 spots, might be 10 spots. If I have, a bank that I can walk all the way around, I'm going to walk all the way around. Again, I'm casting. I'm casting with purpose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick up my bag and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick up my bag and go. I'm covering a pond. I'm working a pond. Casting and cut and tie in the same area is not going to make it happen. You are not going to catch bass. That's not how it works. That's not how bass fishing works. If you don't believe me, go watch any tour. Bassmasters, MLF, go watch them. They'll rip down a bank. They're not sitting at the same spot. Unless they forward-facing sonar. But they're working banks. Most of the fishermen, professional bass fishermen, are working sections. Or they go through progressions. I'm going to that spot. I'm going to that spot. I'm going to the next spot. Or, hey, I'm waiting for that spot to where it's prime time feeding. Or, hey, I'm saving that spot. You got to work a pond. Don't stay in one spot. I'm telling you, it doesn't work. If you start fishing deeper, slowing it down, keeping things natural, you'll start catching more bass in high-pressured public ponds than anyone else. I'm telling you, anyone else. That's how you get it done, son. That's how you catch big bass after big bass all day long, son. Yes, sir. I've been doing this for 35 years. I'm a nut when it comes down to being successful. I don't do things if I can't be successful. I've been there. I've had those days. I've had those frustration days. I've had those days that I don't want to go out next week and go fishing anymore. I've been there with you. We've all been there. But changing a few things and how you fish will change your bass fishing experience. It will change your mindset. You will be more successful. I guarantee you. That's the brutal truth of it. If you don't change or you don't want to change, you're going to be going through the same frustration week in, week out, year after year. I've been there. I fished over 300 public ponds in my life. Used to go to college, when I get out of school and college, just go find a pond around college. Just pond hop all the time. That's what I would do. I figured it out a long time ago. In order to be successful, you have to slow it down. You have to work a pond. You have to keep it natural. Don't overcomplicate it. And I guarantee you, you'll be successful. And again, I'll remind you, I don't like to finesse fish, but I do it 70 to 80% of the time I go fishing. It is the most productive way to catch bass and high pressured public ponds bank fishing. I guarantee you. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really do. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification. If you're already a subscriber, I greatly appreciate all the support. I really do. All the links are down below. Go check out the merch store, hats, shirts, hoodies. It's all there. Go check it out. Go check out the membership. It helps grow the channel more than anything else. I greatly appreciate it. Drop a comment down below about what are you going to change in 2026 to become a better bass fisherman from the bank and pressured ponds. I'd love to hear it. Let's have a conversation. And I'll catch you next time on Getting It Done Fishing.